Good morning. We are back here on the 15-acre project, 15-acre pond, and we are about to get to work. We're going to do a quick recap of yesterday, what we saw yesterday. We're going to start down here at the at one end of the pond dam. There's a lot of sign on this pond dam, guys. There's just a bunch of runs, a bunch of active runs, and I was told there ain't but one thing to do, and that's to set all of it. So I brought everything that I have with me. Not everything. I brought a lot. I brought a lot. But I'm not going to show any videos of me making the sets because I've got a small window to work with here, and I've got to be out in 4 hours. So small window that I'm working in. So I'm going to try and set everything, and then if I have time, then I'll come back and walk y'all through the sets that I've made. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and focus just on the dam. Since I have a short window of time to work in, I want to try and get out the most sets that I can this first day, and I will be able to get out the most working right alongside this dam right here. So yeah, that's today's project. I'm gonna hit this dam hard. If I have time, come down here and throw some sets down here at the outlet down here. But we were just here yesterday, and I just want to show y'all how fresh. So that's a trail. You can't even. I don't know if that's gonna show up on camera. That's a heavy trail that they've got one out. There's one right there. We're gonna look at this. There's another one. You can see it cutting through the grass. You can see this one right here, and look at that. That grass right there is still muddy, still wet. So they were using that last night. They come right over here, was digging around in the pond, on the far side of the pond dam. If we walk down here, it's another spot where they're coming up that you can see. Another spot that is wet. They just used last night. That looks better. My phone is still messed up, so y'all gonna have to bear with me on widescreen whenever it's on normal. It's just a glare to it, and I don't like it, so we're gonna be doing widescreen. All right, if you walk down here, look at that. That's as fresh as it gets. Coming over here and digging around. And slipping back off into the water. That's as fresh as it gets, guys. And we're gonna set it. I'm not sure, judging off of this, if I've got enough water here to set a drowning rod, but I am gonna try it to see what happens. Again, you can tell where they're just coming up on the bank. Last night, all that is super fresh. Coming up on the bank last night. Looks like they're gathering grass right there. Another spot that they're digging out. Let's see here. Another run. I mean, it's just run after run after run, guys, where they're coming up here and crossing this dam. And I mean, they're just digging around. They're just digging into this bank right here. See how active. All right, here's another one that's still wet. So that was used last night, and that is going down the hill right there into that creek. The creek I showed y'all yesterday, where the the culvert's coming out down there. That's where that's coming from. So that was another fresh run. And I'm walking by several that are well used, but they weren't used last night. But so far, how many have we seen that were used last night? 3 or 4 that were just absolutely muddy. Another well-used run. Another run. I mean, there's probably 15 runs on this dam where they're coming up here. And just, there's another one. They're crossing over and doing this. They're just digging. It's like they're just gathering grass. I'm just walking down here to see if there's any heavy movement down here. And I'm passing. Okay, so there's another one. That is still muddy. You can see that. It runs down through there. Another one. There's another run. They didn't use it last night though. Here's one. They used that last night. Going across, digging. So there's another fresh spot where they were digging last night. So that's what we're gonna hit hard today, guys. It's a lot of sets I gotta get out. But hit the dam hard, get out as much as I can, and then tomorrow when I come back, I'll start putting these sets in on this bank or on these banks out here. And at some point, I'm gonna put some coyote sets on this dam, because this thing is so big, this pond is so big. Then you got this ditch right here with a big creek and ditch down there at the bottom, that any critter that's wanting to get from this part of the property over to the other side, they are going to cross this dam. So I know you can't see no tracks, obviously, in this kind of setup, but you just know that predators are using this dam for travel. So that's the game plan. Like I said, I'm not going to be showing y'all every set that I make while I'm making it. I may show 1 or 2 while I'm making it. Caster. I may show 1 or 2 while I'm making it. But for the most part, I'm just going to be hitting it hard. And there's high probability of catching otters in here. So that's why I'm going to set every run. I'm going to set every single run. And we're going to catch a beaver. We're going to catch a beaver. And then maybe on day 3, I'll be able to get back here in the back, in the very, very back there, because that's where that big beaver, the biggest beaver pond was at, where they had dammed up, was way back there in that corner. And that little bitty dam that they had started to make is back here in that corner. So as the week goes on, I'll be tackling those spots right there. All right, I'm gonna get off here and we're gonna get to work. All right, just taking this video real quick just to show that I just saw what we're after here. He popped up out of the water right there. So I'm gonna guess that that's one bank entrance, and that confirms what the customer was telling us, that they see a bunch of them here in this corner. So we got 2 sets in. This is the first drowning rod that I've ever used. It drops off pretty good right there, but I'm not sure if they can see this and if that's going to deter them or not. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. But I've just got a plain old 750 right there on this other run, because there's a run that goes this way and there's a run that goes that way. So I set both of them. We'll see what happens with that tomorrow. All right, we're gonna try something new here. I ain't never tried one of these. These are bridgers, and it's a 330 concept. And now I can't even remember what they call these things. It is a body grip trap, but it is circular, obviously. And it is supposed to be for when beavers get shy on the MB750s or a square style trap, that they won't be as skittish about these because they are circular. I'm not sure how much truth is in that, but we are going to try it out just because I haven't had a chance to try it out before. And we're going to see how it works, see if we catch anything on it. We've got all of our 750s and TS85s out now. I will come back before I leave and give y'all a count of how many we have on the bank, and we'll go from there. Okay, we just got this bridger in, and the reason I chose this spot was because the run goes up into the bank a pretty good ways. The grass was already running on both sides, so it kind of already had a funnel to it, so it was fairly easy to get that in there. And with body grip traps where we're at, it has to be halfway in the water, so this is perfectly legal. I don't see why it wouldn't catch something. We're gonna see. We are gonna see. So that's one, and I've only got 2 of them. I'm gonna put the other one in down here, and I just haven't really had a situation where I felt like they would do well specifically until this particular the way this is going. So I want to go ahead and use them. And the other other 330s I'm probably going to use on this side tomorrow, because there's a bunch of channels and water runs that are partially in the water over here. So this side tomorrow is going to get most of my snares and the 330s. So we're going to get this one marked on Onyx, and then we are going to move to the next. All right, guys, I did not have enough time yesterday to record putting these sets in. We ran out of time, but this is the first check the very next day. Didn't catch anything, which is a big bummer, but trying to think positive. And 2 positive things: I do not see any fresh slicks or slides that they would have used last night. Y'all saw in the previous portion of this video that we could see like wet mud still up on the banks and stuff where they had been sliding the previous night. So I didn't see any of that. So 2 positive things: I didn't see any fresh sign, and I didn't have any misses. So, and I've pretty much set every run. I've pretty much set every run. So they just, unless they squeezed by my traps somehow, which I have something in every run, so I don't think that's possible. And I didn't have no misses. So it just seems like they weren't moving last night. Beavers can be pretty smart. I mean, they can be kind of suspicious. They know when something's going on. So I don't know. But it'd be like that sometimes. You're not going to catch something every time. But luckily, we'll be here for a little bit. So we're going to let them hunt one more night. And we are also going to go put snares out along this channel right here. I mean, not this channel, but this bank. All the way down. That's where we saw most of the sign. We're going to do that. And then we are going to also walk down here to this creek where the outlet is. The outlet's down here. Y'all have seen that. And we're going to check and see if they fixed that little dam that I broke. And we're probably going to put a 330 down there in that little creek somewhere, just to see if we can catch them slipping down there. So we got a lot more work to do, only a little window of time to do it. And we're gonna see what we can do. Pretty cool seeing that doe this morning. We're gonna leave her alone and see if she'll just ease on out. I don't see her right now, so she may have bedded back down. This stuff's pretty thick. Anyway, we're gonna get to work, and it would be a lot. If I have time, I will show you all the sets I put in today. And if not, we'll make a separate video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all be good.